So Ben Shabibo and all the Republicans are like running a celebration tour on Joe Biden being like just a fucking loser overall. Because he is. I mean, he's a huge loser. Straight up. Mega L's left and right, over and over again. Took a L with COVID response and recovery when it was literally a gift. Okay? And is taking the fattest of L's with like every agenda item that was promised when he campaigned and when he was running for president. And now the Build Back Better, Build Back Bullshit Biden, Build Back Brandon Act, which already has been gutted like 8 times, starting point being 6 trillion, down to like 1.8 trillion now, which even then is going to be nuked even further. That is on the chopping block too. He's got nothing. He's got nothing. He just washed up. And now the Republicans are, doing touchdown dances.
Ben Shapiro, who actually knows what it's like to win a lot. He's the host of the Ben Shapiro.
What the fuck does he know about winning? He's literally a loser, dude. This is the guy that knows what it's like to win a lot. This guy? God, conservatives are so lame. It's just... That's my homie right there. This is the guy. This is the guy that knows how to win a lot.
Podcast, and he's editor of the Daily Wire, and he created the whole thing and moved it across the country. Ben, how does it feel to take on the government and win?
It is pretty wild though that like Ben Shapiro was able to fucking like, that's how powerful conservative media is, by the way. And that's how much the conservative like think tanks and the conservative media infrastructure and conservative advocates and advocacy groups hug and kiss their content creators. That like Ben Shapiro could go all the way to the fucking Supreme Court and like take down the fucking vax mandate. Like this is, and then they say there's a corporate structure that benefits socialist rhetoric or some shit. Like these dumbasses still have the capacity to advocate and say shit like this. Dog, I got banned for saying cracker for 7 days from the Jeff Bezos owned Twitch.tv. Okay. We are not the same. Like you can escalate a lawsuit to the Supreme Court and end up winning because like this deck is stacked for your interests. Okay. In your direction. I can't even not be fucking banned.
Hi Hasan. Can't wait for Donald Trump to electric boogaloo.
Like, my peer, when we were both gaining prominence in our respective ideological media careers, okay, was Charlie Kirk. I was debating Charlie Kirk at Politicon while Charlie Kirk was, one, being funded directly by billionaires and millionaires, okay? I was being funded by Cenk Uygur, who is like, to the tune of $20,000 a year in my nepotism backed job at the Young Turks. Okay. Charlie Kirk, on the other hand, was getting like funneled millions of dollars for his like think tank, going on Fox News all the goddamn time. Met Donald Trump, had Donald Trump at his like organization rallies. Meanwhile, like Barack Obama would fucking just as likely drone strike me if I was in the wrong place at the wrong fucking time. And so inconsequential and insignificant I am. You know what I mean? I could have been like a accidental drone strike casualty if I was in some fucking field in Afghanistan or Pakistan or some shit. Okay, so like, there's no fucking comparison there. Like I'm nothing. Okay. So it's pure projection whenever these guys are like, the billionaires are funding the media. They're controlling the media. It's like, motherfucker, you control politics. Like, what do you mean? You and everything you advocate for is not... You and everything you advocate for is quite literally at the heart of American politics. You are a status quo defender.
We here at Daily Wire are really excited about this. I mean, the fact is that we really put our money where our mouth was. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to fight the Biden vax mandate in court. We were the first company in America to file a federal lawsuit against the Biden vax mandate on major businesses. And watching them going down in flaming defeat is well worth that cost. Joe Biden, by the way, his approval rating,
yeah, hundreds of thousands of dollars went into this legal case, so it fucked up his like Zoom. It fucked up his audio, I guess. Like he didn't have $10 to spend on his audio to fix that shit.
More people now like certain types of bowel cancer than like Joe Biden at this point. I think that's well deserved.
Wow.
Well, so going forward, given what the Supreme Court said yesterday, it will be up to every business now to decide whether or not they're going to have a mandate, but it won't be mandated, to overuse the word, by OSHA. It would just be from the company. So going forward, we heard this morning that apparently Citibank, based in New York City, they're going to keep the mandate. They've got 99% of their employees vaccinated, and they say, you know what, we think it's a good policy. So it's going to be up to every company now to decide how they're going to manage this pandemic going forward, because we've seen the vaccines are not as effective, perhaps, as we were sold. So people have got to figure out how to manage coronavirus, maybe forever.
Well, this is one of the big problems here, is that the vaccines are not preventing infection. They're preventing hospitalization and death, and that's wonderful and very important, but they're not preventing infection, which means that a lot of these vax mandates, which were designed to slow the spread, don't in fact achieve their stated purpose. And what the government was threatening to do was essentially put businesses completely underground. I mean, destroy the businesses if you didn't force your employees to vax or...
I love Sam Cedar's take on this. Like, Ben Shapiro is just like opposed to OSHA restrictions. He's opposed to OSHA regulations, okay? He quite literally is like, why? Hypothetically, if OSHA wanted to destroy my place of work for not having to regulate washing your hands after you wipe your doo-doo ass, they would be able to do that. And hypothetically speaking, that is unconstitutional. That is absolutely the nanny state destroying big business.
Love you, Hasan.
It's just that's his argument. Okay, food safety is for the homosexual Marxist liberal agenda. Hypothetically speaking, if I have doo-doo in my hands and I am touching your food, that is flavor. Too much doo-doo, and obviously the free market will kick in. Too much doo-doo in the hamburgers, and the free market will kick in with Yelp reviews, and no one will go there. But the government has no business in what I decide to put in my burgers.
Thank you, big bro.
That is the nanny state. That is communism. Incredible. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for destroying. Thank you for destroying the American government in the marketplace of ideas, the true marketplace of ideas.
Regularly tested mask. We weren't willing to do that at Daily Wire. And I can tell you that our Daily Wire offices in Nashville, people were crying as they watched the decision come down, because people literally thought that they were going to lose their jobs over this sort of stuff. And it was not just our employees. I mean, there are literally tens of millions of people across the country who felt exactly the same way. So we're proud to have stood for that, and we're certainly glad the Supreme Court ruled the right way on this. By the way, it is worth noting here that if not for the fact that President Trump was able to appoint 3 justices, there is no question that the administrative state would be able to do whatever the hell it wants in this country. There were 3 leftist judges on the Supreme Court who said that OSHA could, with pretty much no statutory authority, create a vax mandate for 100 million workers. Those same 3 justices.
This is so wild, because like OSHA should be able to do that. It is the entire purpose of OSHA. As a matter of fact, this Supreme Court case technically sets an insane precedent. Okay.
Well, here we are.
Now, there's a couple different things that we need to cover here that Ben Shapiro, of course, is not covering. This government's actions already covered for people who did not want to take the vaccine. So what the Supreme Court struck down was OSHA's authority to say that you have to either issue a vaccine mandate or, and this or is very important, or if you do not issue a vaccine mandate for your employees, the ones that are not vaccinated need to get tested every week. That's it. So what they are, of course, failing to fucking mention here is that, like, this wasn't even a vaccine mandate that they took down. This was a testing mandate that they took down. Which is hilarious because the argument basically is like, we don't want to know if we have COVID. We don't want to know if our employees have COVID. We don't want to protect our employees. They are straight up anti-testing, okay? Like, it is not just the fucking anti-vaccine mandate movement here. It is the anti-testing movement. If you work at once, those places that is not abiding by OSHA, if I got sick, you should be able to sue the business. Ha, good luck. Haha, good luck. Hypothetically, if you tried to sue a business, that means you're in the pocket of big lawyers. And therefore, you should be you should have lasers turned on you that immediately zap you into biomatter that the business could use. What is more important here is the company profit margins, not your own personal safety, not your autonomy. This is the essence of libertarian strategy.
And has to take immunosuppressants, and most of the country is like her. Well, you're in the pocket of big insert whatever Ben Shapiro is destroying, okay? Do you think the mandate has an effect on people? Like they're being forced to do something? There's no mandate over here and what? The government may stop requiring death tracking. The doctor is claiming the government is going to stop requiring U.S. hospitals from reporting COVID-19 deaths. That's not going to happen. I don't believe that. That's insane, dude. They want you to wear masks and wrap yourself in syrup wrap 2077 style. Okay, so dude. Trying to say is
dude,
Delta is like a
dude, with do whatever the fuck you want to do, okay? It like literally doesn't matter. The government can't do anything, okay? They will not get you. Don't worry. Right?
Please
but like, don't you think it would be better for at least like the, you know, the safety regulatory mechanism to ensure the safety of the workers? I'm going to say syrup wrap, by the way, which, you know, we're moving past. I don't even care. Like, they can't even get businesses to fucking issue mandatory testing for employees that haven't been vaccinated. That is crazy. The courts claim that was since that you can catch it out of the workplace, then it can't be regulated in the workplace. But that's for everything. But you can catch it in the workplace as well. What the fuck? Like that makes, first of all, that's a public health measure. So a one-to-one comparison to something else that I'm about to make is not going to be adequate. But like, you can't make that argument for refusing to wear hard hats in the place of business because like, if you have, you know, you could technically have a fucking hammer or a heavy thing fall on your head without a hard hat when you're working at home. Like, you can catch a fucking concussion at home. So, you know, it's who is to say that you shouldn't get a concussion at the fucking at the workplace? Like, what do you mean? You can crash a forklift.
No, not Ben Shapiro.
You can crash a forklift outside of the workplace too. What the fuck? Public health measure. Federal government can't make that call. State and local sure can though, according to them. No, but that's insane. Like the federal government can make that call and should make that call. It's so fucking stupid.
I want to taste that shapussy.
I can catch E. coli from outside the workplace, but I'm liable if I come into work while symptomatic and spread it to my customers while in my food service job. Technically, if the big nanny state is trying to stop you from spreading E. coli to all of the customers, they need to be abolished. That's right. The free market will come in and kick in. The free market will magically, hypothetically kick in and stop you from spreading E. coli. Just kidding. You will give E. coli to every single person whose food you've handled, but that's the free market as well. And then they can freely choose to be saddled with medical debt for the rest of their lives for the treatment that they're getting at the for-profit healthcare facility of their choosing. That is, of course, if they still have any sort of hospital beds available, considering that all of the free thinkers are freely choosing to get ventilated because of COVID, because they did not get vaccinated for COVID.
Said last year that the CDC could just issue eviction moratoria indefinitely. If you had another 2 left justices on top of that, that would essentially say the executive branch under a Democrat could do anything it damn well pleased so long as it called it an emergency.
Great point.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it was a big blow for Joe Biden yesterday, but it's not the only one that he's experienced yesterday or this week. It's been one of the worst weeks, if not the worst week of his presidency, except for maybe Afghanistan. But let's go over some of the things that happened this week that weren't good for him. The CDC fact checks liberal justices pushing the vaccine mandates. Americans lose their faith in the CDC. Finding a COVID test is really hard.
Americans lose their faith in the CDC. I don't know if these people know this, but like, they're Americans. Okay? Like, why do Republicans talk about America like they're, telecasting from space? You're also an American. That is not a good thing. Okay? Like, this is an institution that's supposed to have authority over the public on public health safety measures. This will hurt you as well. Like, where are you? Are you in a fucking bunker in Mexico? I don't understand. Like, you're like, look at the L's that the Biden administration is taking. Americans have lost faith in the CDC. Okay, cool.
The vaccine mandates. Americans lose their faith in the CDC. Finding a COVID test is really hard.
That is a huge L, too. Record cases across the country.
Cases across the country. Hospitals reaching capacity. POTUS pivots to voting rights with a speech even members of his own party panned. Stacey Abrams didn't show up for that event in Georgia, in her own state, on her own issue.
Inflation hits a 4-decade high. Consumers complain about bare shelves. More stories emerge about...
Inflation hits a 4-decade high. Consumers complain about all the bare shelves at our grocery stores. Stories...
This is pretty funny. You advocated for them to lose faith in the CDC. What the fuck's going on? Oh, you're saying that they did. Yes. They're like, that's my favorite thing, is that like Republicans will regularly do propaganda and then act like that propaganda wasn't incredibly successful. And it was just a natural phenomena occurring in the wild as they're reporting on the outcome of their propaganda succeeding. Or it's like, I know that I'm technically holding a box of matches. And I do have a gas canister in my other hand. But what I'm simply here to tell you today is the fire that nobody knows who started. Who started the fire behind me? No one knows. But the fire has gotten out of control. It might seem kind of suspicious. Plenty of people are saying that I was striking matches right before the fire had started and also dousing everything with gasoline. But when will we find who did all of this burning? Probably the Biden administration. More on that at 7.
About a 2024 ticket without Biden or Harris. Harris mocked for that rough TV interview yesterday. POTUS stumbles through the teleprompter at the COVID event.
All of this is true, by the way. This is fact. And like the Biden administration is such a disaster that like 75% of the things that they've posted on this like PowerPoint is actually their own doing. You know what I mean? It's not even it's not like anybody. Fox News didn't urge Kamala Harris to be the fucking charisma suck, out of touch robot that she is. You know what I mean? Like, she decided to do that on